my name is Jobby, and today we're taking a look at the high-grade Universal Century Messala. And of course, this model kit represents a mobile suit that comes from a series called Zeta Gundam.
Did you say Gundam?
And this model kit was actually sent to me through my P.O. box. That's 329. And the package actually came with a letter. Was this a fail box video? Hey Jobby, been watching your channel for about a month now. Great stuff. Really liked your Gunpla reviews and wish you would do more. Well, looks like that's happening, Dustin. I don't have a YouTube channel to promote, but I do have a band. Facebook.com/roguelikeband, rogueliknc.bandcamp.com. The letter also said he hopes the kit will bring me more exposure to Zeta Gundam, but hey, joke's on you, Dustin. I actually saw Zeta Gundam, all 50 episodes, and I can't remember shit. The painting on this model kit is amazing. The color scheme that Dustin went with is bright and appealing, but it's not exactly show or even box accurate. But hey man, I can respect that. It's obvious that a lot of work went into the painting of this guy. I mean, there's so much detail here that had to be masked off. And for those of you who don't know what I mean, masking as it relates to model kit painting is when you take some pieces of masking tape, isolate a specific area that you want to paint, and then go crazy. So even the smallest details, such as these gold areas, had to be masked off and painted. And if we come to the shoulder here and open it up, you crazy bastard. And of course, those missiles are painted on both of the shoulders, and I assume they had to be masked off. Maybe they were a separate part. I wouldn't know because I never built this model kit and probably never will. However, the kits that I have painted and reviewed, coincidentally, links in the description, give me some kind of authority to say, stickers, forget about it. The amount of work that was put into this model kit almost makes me kind of jealous. Not that I want to go back and start building and painting model kits again. So the painting might be great, Dustin is great at what he does, but if we're talking about the sculpting, that is to say, the design of this mobile suit, it's fucking weird. Best way I can describe it is a torso with disproportionate limbs attached to it. Obligatory dick joke.
That's a penis!
He's kind of a mad one, isn't he? And the hand on this guy is not really a head. Come to think of it, he looks kind of like Lugnut from Transformers Animated.
I swear if you mention Transformers one more goddamn time, don't ruin this for me!
Okay. And the most distinctive feature on the Messala are these oversized back thrusters. God damn, these are something else. And even with these bazonkas on his back, the kit can actually stand up. Oh, there it is. It's standing up. That's amazing. Obviously, you still get balance issues, but if you take the time to stand it up right, yeah, it works. And because I can't brown nose Dustin enough, I have to say that the paint job on this guy elevates the wonky design. I mean, look at that. I even took the time to put some decals, decals. No one gave me a straight answer for that, by the way, thanks. However, if you take a closer look at some of these areas, you'll notice that some decals are actually missing. And no, this isn't just fashionable asymmetry. They literally just fell off. Ever heard of Microsol, idiot? The fact that these decals are just falling off the kit, it slightly degrades the feel of the kit. But other than that issue, the tight joints on this kit make it feel nice and oh no. So some of the parts on this kit are a little too tight. Specifically, these hip joints. Oh, and as I mentioned in my unboxing video of this figure, which will never see the light of day because that series has been canceled, usually you would mask off the joints so that it doesn't become overly tight after painting. Some people like the feeling of a very tight model kit for the final product, but they're dumb and wrong. Obviously, I don't have anything against tight joints, but these aren't satisfyingly tight like a ratchet joint or anything like that. It's the kind of tight that might break at any second. All the rest of the joints have a nice tightness to them, so maybe I'm half wrong about the whole masking joints thing. But seriously, Dustin, I do want to know what paint you use for this guy because it is pretty durable. But whatever brand of paint you used, you must have run out at some point, because not everything from this model kit is painted. These things were still leaving another goddamn runner. For shame! You had to make me go and grab my model cutters and cut them out of the runners like some kind of model kit builder or something disgusting. So if we come to the arm here and remove this cap, easier than it sounds, there we go, and just attach this claw right here. The guy also comes with a pair of bottom claws that you can attach right there, and there you go. Looks awesome. Wouldn't it be great if Dustin took the time to paint these things also? Well, at least he took the time to paint this detail. That's pretty cool. And you know, he took the time to paint everything else. I'm an ungrateful prick. And as always with these matters of painting, I could always get some brushes and do it myself. but I won't. You also get a pair of sabers, and these things are actually completely useless because Dustin did not include the handles. But if he did, they would plug into these pair of fists, which are also not painted, and also we're still on the damn runner. You also get a pair of parts that are specifically for the transformation on this thing, and yes, as per usual for transformable high-grade kits, parts forming, fuck off. And finally, you get a stand. This just plugs into the crotch, and this guy looks great in the air. So all of the included accessories on here can actually fit on the stand, which is a great feature. I'll show you how that works now. This is a fantastic feature that more Gundam model kits have to include, especially if they're transformable and require extra parts. The stand gets better. It has articulation side to side, up and down. If you unlock this tab here, it allows the stand to extend. You can adjust it any way you want, so long as you lock it in with that tab. Hinge joint here, which allows you to adjust that angle, and to lock it into place, this part can lock into any of those notches. And finally, you get a... yeah. As for the model kit itself, the head does not have one of those. It's completely stationary, no posability, but you do get a ball joint at the arm. Allows for rotation. Arm moves out, swivel here, bend at the elbow, hinge joint here, ball joint at the hand. Of course, every ball joint. And coming to these oversized thrusters can move out, hinge joint here, and some rotation. No waist swivel, obviously, because there's no waist. Previously mentioned stupid tight rotation at the and they can move back. They could move back more, but I'm not even gonna bother. Decent spread. No thigh swivel, but you do get a joint that simulates one. Bend at the knee. These parts on the calves can move up to reveal even more painted detail. Good job, Dustin. Ball joint at the ankle. Some up and down. And a hinge joint at the claws, but that's more for the transformation. Posability on this guy is okay. Because of the non-traditional design, you're not gonna be able to get anything too dynamic, but the limbs are pretty well articulated and you can always put it on a stand. So for a high-grade model kit, this guy's pretty big. Those thrusters certainly help with the size. Here's Madoka Godzilla Prime, the robot Damashi Barbados, and my very own Master Grade Zaku. And even after all these years, I still feel safe in tooting my own horn. This guy still looks pretty good. But compared to the cleanliness and the sheer amount of work that Dustin put into his paint job, teach me your ways, senpai. So, as shown by these transformation parts, this kit can transform. But can you really call this a transformation? And these parts that are left behind can actually be plugged into the stand, and these open hands can plug right here. So there's these holes in the thighs here that's supposed to plug into that part if you were to rotate it more, but because the joints are too flippin' tight, I'm not even gonna bother. And the mobile armor mode is kind of terrible. The transformation, if you could even call it that, was super simple, but it's not satisfying at all. Now, according to the Gundam Wiki, the Messala is actually the first ever on-screen transformable mobile suit we see in the entire Gundam franchise. And when you think about all the half-ass alt modes in Gundam, this makes total sense. Just like most Gundam alternate modes, this mode feels like an afterthought. The only Gundam alt modes that feel fully developed to me are the Zeta Gundam, ironically, Delta Plus, maybe even the Angsha and the Ashamar. I'm pretty sure there's a ton of other mobile suits that have pretty legitimate alternate modes. You can go ahead and tell me in the comments. As for the Messala, the only thing that makes it look like a credible alt mode is the angry penis. Otherwise, with the head in full view and the legs splayed back, it just looks like he's doing the most dynamic pelvic thrust that I've ever seen. You guys see that too, or is it just me? To the mode's credit, at least everything fits together nicely thanks to those extra parts forming parts. Jobby, stop complaining, it's a Gundam. What did you expect? A well-engineered transformation? Is that really too much to ask for? But as I mentioned in the transformation, which you probably skipped, you can store all those parts left over by the transformation on the stand. So really, the parts forming is not a big deal on this thing, and I should stop bitching, right? But can I at least complain about how the lower legs don't plug into anything? No? Well, how about this mode looking like complete ass in these size comparison shots? No? Not even that? Okay. Madoka Godzilla Prime, Barbados, and Zaku. So even though this mobile armor mode is kind of ass, it doesn't look too bad if you squint your eyes a little bit, but I'm pretty sure that's mostly Dustin's paint job, which is why I can say, overall, this model kit is awesome. But the paint job is amazing. Again, thank you so much, Dustin Reed, for putting a ton of effort into this thing, and even having the heart to part with it. I like it very much. And if you like this video, leave me a like, give me a comment, let me know what you think, and if you wanted to give this model kit your own spin, why don't you buy it at the Big Bad Toy Amazon.com. Hobby Link Japan. My cold dead hat.
This is America.
I've been really killing myself lately in these videos, haven't? Nah, that gag's done. More Grimlock.